Hello and welcome to Random Things. This is Ty, and this week I'd like to share with you an update on the Jupiter Discovery X5. So what I've shared with you in the past is the initial unboxing as well as some of the initial thoughts of the X5. What I'd like to share with you this week is some of the road performance data that we've been able to gather. So this is climbing with the X5, and then some of the long distance riding data. So we took the bike for a 20-mile ride. How do we do? And lastly, we wanted to get an idea, how tough is it to fold the bike and then to shove it into the back of my cars? And that was a Toyota Corolla and a Toyota Sienna. And so without further ado, let's get to it. So we're gonna do a road test with the X5. So we're gonna take the X5 with pedal assist mode up this incline, which is access road for this beach. There's 3 modes. We'll try with one, and we'll try with the third one. And in between should just be in between. We'll see how it goes. So here we go. Okay, we're gonna try this incline now with pedal assist mode 3, but as I suspected, the battery bounced back to 77%. Earlier it was at 38% when we were almost at the top. So it's definitely drawing a lot of amps. Okay, so here we go. Well, in terms of pedaling resistance, I'm not seeing a whole lot of difference between mode 3 and mode 1 in terms of assistance. Maybe very slightly I might see a little bit of a difference. But I am still sitting down, riding up the hill, and the seat is definitely not adjusted for me. So it's a little bit of a workout, but without pedal assist, there's no way I can do this. So, and keep in mind, I'm also 200 pounds riding this sucker. So, you gotta give the bike some props to be able to push me up this incline with a whole lot of work. All right, we're there. Not too shabby. Okay, I'm gonna head down this hill. 16-inch tires going 20 miles an hour makes me a little nervous, but surprisingly, it's pretty stable. Brakes are working good. No speed wobbles. Solid handling. Okay, we're here today to do a long-range test on the Jupiter Discovery X5. The objective today is to run at pedal assist mode 1 or 2, but really just traffic dependent. Running around 12 to 15 miles an hour and try to go 30 miles and see if the battery could sustain a 30-mile ride and still have some juice left over at the end. And so right now we're starting at mode 1, and we'll see how this all goes. Okay, for this trial, our goal was to do about 30 miles, but we were only able to actually do about 22 miles. And this is fluctuating from mode 1, 2, and 3. Mostly cranking it on the mode 3 to get back home because it's getting late. So as you can see, we went to about 34% battery life. We're getting there, so probably 30 miles is about it with this bike. But the reality is, with a little bike like this, going 30 miles, you really, it's hard to knock it, you know. Now let's go ahead and get started with folding up the Discovery X5. So we'll start with probably the seat, and then we'll do the pedals, and then the handlebars, and then the frames. So let's see how it goes. Okay, we'll see how we fold this with this basket. May not want to let me. So there is this lever that you're gonna have to push down to release it, and then it will release, and then same thing on this side. There's a lever here, so push that down to release it. Then we're gonna go ahead and bike in half, and that's it. Okay, well, the basket's kind of hanging out to the side. I suppose it can, but probably should take the basket off. After that, it's pretty compact. Now we're ready to go ahead and put the bikes into the back of the van and the back of my car. Now, my car is a bit of a mess. Sorry about that. We did clean up the van a little bit because I didn't want the wife to get a little embarrassed. Now, she does have these little container storage systems in the back of her van. I'll take them out for the sake of this demonstration because most people don't have these. They just have the recesses because this is where the back seat would fold down into. So there's the recess. Let me get the bike. So here's the bike, and there it goes, and the seat, and obviously plenty of clearance, so I probably could still put the containers back in, and it sits on top of that, and the door shouldn't have any problems closing. So now let's take a look on the back of a little Toyota Corolla. Yeah, no problem. Yeah. So even with all my other junk in there, it does look like we can put the X5 in here pretty comfortably. It is about 35 pounds, so you know you could build up a little bit of muscles as you lift these in and out. But with that, I think it folds up real nicely and real compact. Very easy. So let's recap. So we took the Discovery on the road climb, and it actually did quite well. In the pedal assist modes 1, 2, and 3, they all had relatively similar performance, and it helped me climb the hills pretty well. The bike was very steady in coming down the hill, so that was always a positive safety plus. In terms of riding long distance, getting 20 miles and 30% battery left, I thought that was not quite as good as I had hoped. So I'm gonna try that test again, and part of it could be that when we were doing the test, we weren't very steady, and that causes uneven current draw, and so that may be why, but that's important to know. And lastly, folding the bikes. It folds okay, it's really compact, and it fits in the cars very well. And I didn't really need to remove everything, but I did have to remove the basket because putting that into the back of the car was not that simple. So with that, thank you so much for watching, and if you liked it, please hit the like button, subscribe, and share with your friends. And as always, comment and let me know what you think. And with that, cheers.